first map as Jet? I don't think so. I think they're still going to go with the tried and true is to continue to play with the rifles. So how do you play? Do you play against the operator because when they did on Haven, it didn't pay off? So do you play against the Cypher of Dapper or even Killjoy as for Dapper as well? We'll have to find out as we get into Pistol here.
Yeah, I think Thief is going to be on Reyna. Yep. Dapper is likely going to play on Cypher. I don't think he's going to switch to Killjoy. The only time we've seen the Killjoy play was when playing on Icebox. But at the same point in time, this map is a pretty decent map for Killjoy play. So I would love to see it. You know, you see like A-side retakes with Killjoy's ult. When you drop it in Garden, it's stupid. Like, you have to get so far away. You can't go anywhere. Either you push into defender spawn or you go back long A or bottom cat. Here they go fast up mid, though. Shazam's the first one in as they're charging up short. Stellar is there to try and greet them. Great damage coming out. Now, that's not great damage. Somehow, the pistol just doesn't connect. So the dink shot is in. As you see a breach brought into play from Sick here, again, illustrating his versatility when it comes to the agent pool. This man plays everything. Camera's going to spot one out. Knows one's close as well. Shock dart's on the money. It's suddenly down to 1. As he's trying to get away, can't get under in time to get for the reload as well. It looked promising for Sentinels, but LG, they scraped together a pistol round victory.
It's so cool to see Sick on a different agent every single map and a best out of 5. So we see the whole potential of what Sentinels has on every single map with the agent composition too. And it looked very tough for LG on that hold, at least onto the catwalk, onto the tree, and that A main, because when you have these guys playing close range with the frenzies that they bring onto the table for Sentinels, they could get melted, and melted they did. It's just the retake was definitely quite good for Moose, who got a shot dart kill and a recon dart to allow to get for that retake to happen. I talked about Moose, we talked about it in the green room again. He was only 6 and 15 onto the last map block, but he also had 14 assists into Haven. So for him, if he could continue to convert those assists into kills into this game, it could still be very good here for LG on the defender side.
Set up right now on the A site where Spike's about to pop out. They're probably going to use this tailwind to get into position. Your boy Dre's in tree room. There's the smoke coming up, but no, they're just walking up, trying to catch them off guard. Thief might have to keep his head on the swivel as they were trying to come up short, and to his left, dink shot is delivered onto Sick, who's currently stuck behind the default box. Nice flashpoint coming out. Stellar staring at the surface of the sun. That is a quick A-site loss. And a good fault line coming out as well. Shock dart high into the sky. Is it going to be on the point of the spike? It looks like they've waited for the time being until that one lands. Cam's going to go out. Shock dart goes too deep from the attacking side. Paranoia does come through. Now they feel comfortable securing the plant, and they'll grab it. It's a 4-on-2 post-plant, and that just shouldn't happen. Sinatra jumps up, and yet again, another thrifty round for Sentinels. We've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate with, I think they waited on that smoke too for Zombs to get that ready as soon as they get onto Heaven. They get the spike plan, but at the same time, the spot where Sinatra's at is such a deadly spot for people trying to retake towards that A site. And when you only have 2 players with no pressure coming back from the tree side, you know that it's definitely should be, on paper, the post-plant win for the attacker side. And it pays off here with the force buy that they had. They had a share. That's why I call it a force buy, but just enough with the flashpoint that Sick had for that kill to open up the A side just made it so difficult there for LG to retake right after with such a long rotate coming in from the last 2 players. So you're allowed to set up. Now on this eco that you have for LG, you're just trying to press forward to get some map control and some surprise kills, but it's Dapper that just opens up the B side on his own, and the rest of Sentinels are slowly falling behind, but it should be an easy fight now towards his B side.
LG just looking to maybe drop a weapon or 2 out of the hands of Sentinels, but you heard it, the flawless round comes through. They don't struggle at all. So LG, now going into the first buy round, will face off against mostly SMGs for Sentinels. So we've seen success from LG in the pistols. They struggle in the rounds that follow. Their anti-ecos in those second rounds leave a lot to be desired. It's creating problems because they don't get off to that early string of rounds that you would typically get off winning the pistol. Instead, it puts their money in this weird state that it's in for the first couple of rounds. at least they're able to buy here. And it's going to include an Odin for Moose. We'll see how Moose uses that one over on the B site, spamming that wall. Because we've mentioned it, Moose is not some hardened competitor when it comes to Valorant. He hasn't been competing at Valorant for so long, so curious to see how some of those pizzas work. Now, the Rolling Thunder does come through. Shazam is going to drop Thief, who was up in heaven. And again, that's the A site lost.
Definitely an attempt to play a retake there for LG. They gave up the A site. They had Thief playing towards that balcony, hoping to surprise at least somebody for a kill and a dismiss right after, but he immediately gets popped off at the rafters, which makes it hard for this retake to happen. If no kills happen immediately here in the next 5 seconds, it sort of did with no map control right now, or gaining any control for the A site, they have to act quick. But now as they fall one by one, slowly through the cage, it continues to trade, but Stellar's low on HP. You're pretty much going to try to save your weapon now.
The A site right now is weak, very weak. LG's defense on A, not working. As Sentinels has easily made it into A almost every time. Even in the pistol round they lost, they easily made it into A.
That's true. That's true. It's just difficult as well when you have Reyna trying to play towards the A side. Even if you're trying to stop them with even a smoke towards A main from Stellar, they're okay with for Sentinels to just push through because they have flashpoints from Breach. They have recon darts to go into the site, and they're just we talked about how good both of these teams are good with trades. So they're okay with just running through smokes and trade it out into the site. It just makes it very difficult for the composition that you have here for LG. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of your boy Dre with the paint shells to try to help out, which it seems to be the case right now towards this A main.
Zoms moved up in mid. Mid presence right now. Back in spawn. That interesting. The boom bot does end up chasing Sick down, who was up on top of the box. 2 sets of shots came out, so Thief should understand there's more than one person here. It doesn't scare him at all.
Good night.
Cage trigger.
A dirt nap for Shazam on the round as Thief delivers with a beautiful shot out of the Sheriff. Dapper is going to catch a shock dart right in the mouth. He'll be down to 70 HP as well. Zoms is still moving up in mid. Not sure if he was spotted by the jump peaks and spawn. This could be problematic, though. Zoms might have a freebie on the Cypher, who was sitting on back stairs, but the cam gets taken out as Zoms comes through, so that moves the position of that player around. There's the smoke coming out. A Proto doesn't react in time to Zoms' position. Ends up getting blasted. Quick shots coming out from Moose, though. He may be newer to competition, but he's certainly got the aim as Zoms starts to come through into the site. He's going to get spotted, though, on that back side of the boxes. And that's another kill for Zoms on the round. It's a 3-on-3, great damage dealt currently to the Omen, who peeks right into it. That was Stellar, who was low on HP. Okay, Zoms just popped Thief with a random shot into the smoke, and a 4th round goes on the scoreboard for Sentinels.
I don't know if through the X-ray Thief picked up a weapon or something like that, because it kind of looked like the animation did, and maybe when the gun fell out or something, it was shown there by that one tap from Zoms right after. So really nice, really nice. A little bit of style points there coming in, even though it was an eco for LG, but it shows how much Sentinels are really making a mark here on the attacker side of Ascent. And we don't really have an answer yet, right, for LG, because when it comes down to the executions that happen towards the B side, it was an eco that you had for LG, so a Proto wasn't really tested that much when it comes down to a full gun round. And when they have the gun round, they try to work back towards A, where, like you said here, Bach, they have much easier takes. This time, it's another passive play into the A site. Fully open site here for the players to execute 4 Sentinels, and you're trying to play the retake, and this is too obvious right now as your boy Drake gets caught by Shazam trying to run through the smoke. But that, with the Hunter's Fury, is going to tag a few. Still pretty healthy right now, though, for the attackers, as Steve gets the kill and dismisses away. This is big, but Shazam is still lurking inside that site.
He was just spotted, but it doesn't matter. Sig, just before the smoke goes down, does pick one up. Moose is going to wallbang Sick. A Proto there with the backup. And a final kill on the round for Stellar. The defender side of LG fire back, find a round there that they desperately needed to stem the bleeding. Because they couldn't let things pick up like they have on some previous maps where Sentinels was able to just get off to a ridiculous run. Again, we mentioned it. They need to control the money. It's important that they control the money, and that's why the op in the hands of Shazam, they don't have a match for it. And they know it. In that last map, they win a 1v3 or 1v2 or whatever it was, and your boy Dre stomps away, walks right over an op, and doesn't even bother. Doesn't even give it a second thought. Because he knows that it's not valuable to them, and if they were to lose it and give it over, that would be a massive mistake.
Yeah. But the advantage right now for LG, I'd like to think that because Shazam has purchased into the up right now, you don't have that explosive jet dash into the site with the operator, because you want to try to stay behind and get the picks when they try to go for these retakes. So this allows maybe better retake plays for LG when they could smoke towards the A main and try to fight back. But they have to try to get rid of Sick first. Has been a thorn on their side with the way that they execute with the flashes, especially on open sides for retakes. It's gonna be quite difficult here. So we have that recon dart that comes out from the shadows for a fast rotate over onto the A side. With 1 minute left on the clock, we are going for it. So the door will get closed. Thief is not gonna make a single sound, as he just want to wait for his teammate for it to rotate.
There's the ult being popped. The rocket comes in, but it's actually late. It doesn't deny the plant, which is what I think they were hoping for. There's still one currently in hell. Six gonna spray down two. Not able to find the third, and ultimately was running low on the mag anyway. Would have had to gun swap and hope for the best. That is a big ult coming in, but it was the paranoia that set that all up. You could see they were all blind. It was either the paranoia or it could have been a Lear. I think it was actually a Lear that went straight down. Okay.
I saw the black cloud that was on the planter for Dapper, so that it was a fat one. I think it hit maybe 2 or 3, at least maybe all 4 players that are hiding towards the plant in hell. So yes, definitely it was a key one there for Stellar.
Now, one thing I do want to point out, this is what, day 8 of Moose competing in Valorant. Moose started playing with this roster last weekend for the Complexity Valorant Invitational. So he has not been playing very long.
Yeah.
He started last Saturday.
I think your boy Dre talked about like 4 days of practice before heading into this event.
That's incredible.
It's pretty nice.
That's incredible. I mean, that really is unbelievable. It's been working out. Even though Moose's performance, it's not perfect, I wouldn't expect it to be.
Yeah.
He still has the individual aim. So the mechanics are there, just has to kind of get adapted to the game of Valorant. And it's not to say he hasn't been playing it, but competing and playing are two different things.
It's like Vanity with NRG, and they've been playing very well too, right? They got that upset onto Sentinels in the group stages. So welcoming all these ex-Chaos Triumph players into Valorant, and they're making their mark. But speaking about making their mark, there's a lot of cracks onto their ground set by the Rolling Thunder of Breach, and that's Sick that does not get any. But he's stunned, and the Proto gets the kill again onto his playground inside B. So first to fall, hiding inside the smoke. As it bursts out, he gets a second, looks for the third, but does not connect, unfortunately. But he did his job. Your boy Dre connects onto one, and the flank from Stellar for the fourth, leaving Sick by him lonesome, looking for the plant inside the A site.
This might work out quite well.
No at time. Least at first.
Yeah. You know, he's going to go heaven and wrap. So it's a free kill at distance to your boy Dre. And that obviously gives up what's happening, but it balances the scales a little bit more favorably.
Why is Moose still in B, though?
This miscommunications, potentially. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. The plant comes through. There's the fault line coming out as the Lear does come through. We did fault him for not using his Lear as much in previous maps. Sick. In the 1v3, was a 1v4. I would admire that positional change if he went for it. If he tried to wrap all the way back around again, it would have been ridiculous, but obviously too great a risk, as there was no way to stop the spike from being defused had he tried it. So decides to stick around towards the door. 4 rounds now apiece for both LG and Sentinels. That early string of rounds wiped away. We're back at an even scoreline. The money is in a point where we'll see a buy come through from Sentinels.
Yeah.
But you're starting to see it build a little bit for LG, which is promising. A chance to pick up some steam here on the defensive side.
Yeah, and even on that 3 versus 1, you saw that Sick only had an Aftershock left, and I do like the fact that he didn't use it, because if he actually tried to shoot it towards the heavens, the rafters, it was only to slow down the clock, but as he would do so, he would also give away his position towards that door side, which would have made it harder for him to hold that 3 versus 1. But Sinatra, early in this round, you saw it, an early flashpoint to try to take control towards A main. They grabbed the Hunter's Fury, and he's going to try to ult it in, maybe. Oh, no. This is going to be a tough one for Thief. If it gets pinged out, thankfully he doesn't. It could have been a Hunter's Fury to kill him. But you see how it changes for Shazam. He goes with the rifle because he has a Phantom instead, and also Blade Stormer. We're waiting for that kill, the one tap. Easy one for Thief that allows him to dismiss towards the back of the site. That was a big early kill.
Catching a little damage there through the bots. Felt the need to change positions, understandable. Some shock darts coming through as well, putting him down on 78 HP. You've still got Dapper lurking up on Catwalk, but your boy Dre is watching this one like a hawk. He is staring that down, putting all the faith in the world, and his teammate just needs to keep holding that line. So again, another recon dart comes in,
I was gonna say,
and that's the ult being popped. What does this do for your boy Dre? He's trying to dodge it, and he gets caught shifting his position. Now a neural theft comes through. Zoms is going to pick up a headshot onto Stellar as well. Thief has to move as there's an aftershock coming in. Thief dismisses over healing, and now he's down to 10 HP. Has to just keep on surviving. Moose. Can he catch them off guard as they try and make their way over? There's going to be one that was potentially holding, but they decide to drop the door instead and book it towards the site. Just enough time to get that spike planted as well. About 1 second left on the clock as it touches pay dirt.
And the recon dart doesn't ping him, but he's going to shoot with himself, so they know he's already close towards spawn. He's trying to look back towards that sidewalk. It's not going to get shot. So that doesn't spot the 2 players on sidewalk. Finally one. So he's going to be able to place it on the second, but he does not know that Sinatra is right behind because it only pinged 1 player. So that was a great round, a great play from the last remaining members of Sentinels to be able to get into that B site. That was Sinatra and Sick currently on the top of the scoreboard here for the team. And we have a 5-4 lead in favor of the attacker side of Sentinels.
You know, I'm actually surprised here. There it is. Okay, so the buy does come in from Sinatra to drop to Zoms. But Shazam is going to a Stinger despite having the ult available.
Yep.
So wants some backup just in case the knives don't connect.
Correct. There's going to be probably another one of those, let's dash into the site, and then if he misses the Blade Storm, then he has the Stinger at least to play close range.
There's the ult being popped. You can hear the audible cue, the double updraft, looking for someone playing Heaven, but not this round. They've actually got a 2-player tree room set up with your boy Dre and, unfortunately, Thief, who was playing that position as well, back off. Oh, the distance fight for a Proto doesn't work out. As they caught him on the backside, Shazam's going to get silenced by Stellar. Quick shots right to the dome, but the spike will be planted nonetheless. And again, we're in a retake, and again, it's on the A site.
Yep, and the thing is, because that shot was missed by our Proto, he decides not to go for the flank, and everybody's going to try to go back from Heaven with him only at tree. But everybody's falling back here towards the A main. Sick did his job. He got a bit of information, but also got a kill on top of that. So the last 3 players, thankfully that Sinatra's still alive because he can throw shock darts. He can probably have a recon dart very soon. They're spamming through the smoke as well, but it's going to be your boy Dre on a 3 versus 1. And now they're just going to play the time. You know Sentinel should have this. They're just going to bunny hop across the whole time. Oh, I like this though. And that's it. The round's going to come in for the Sentinels. And it's going to be 6-4.
It's going to make it cost a lot of money, though, but it's going to cost just as much for them. Everyone dies. It's a fire and brimstone round. It's the end of the earth. But we'll be back into it again, and the team with the most cash, it's kind of awkward. Like, it's not evenly balanced, but Sentinel's money isn't nearly as good as one might expect after winning 2 rounds in a row, because the last round came down to just 1. It was just Sinatra who survived, and then he had to drop. So the money is a little bit odd, but LG on the flip side, they're just going to force up. They're going to spend down to about 1,200. Thief does have the ult available. Empress, they've got Showstopper still. They didn't use it in the last round. And they've also got Neural Theft. It's going to be popped over towards A main. Not sure I agree with that call, as your boy Dre will be taken out almost immediately, trying to play aggressive against Shazam, who was up top, and he couldn't connect with the rocket.
1 mana fall early, trying to go for a high risk, high reward, but it gets punished instead. So they're at a deficit now for LG with You know what? The way that I see it right now is, as much as we call the Protoss playground on the B side, every single time they're working on towards the A. And again, when they're on ecos, that's when they go B. So they do know, and I think that's where you respect the Sentinel play and the Cypher play of a Proto towards his B side, that he's trying to anchor on his own right now with only a pistol. And here comes the flash, and okay, just a Sheriff is good enough, and I think he was blinded. He gets the third kill, and now he gets paranoia. The trip kill, he gets the fourth one, looking for the ace. So guys, you are leaving the B side to a Proto. And that's only Sinatraa on a 3 versus 1. He does have a Hunter's Fury. He goes for the Owl Drone, but the fight's about to come from behind. And there you go, a Proto. I said he needed to step up. He does so with 4 Sheriff kills,
Last
2
round
blinded,
in the half.
1 paranoid, and the 4th was just beautiful.
I mean, how blind was he on those first 2 kills? The second
saw
one,
that
he was
timer on that,
nearsighted,
right?
but he has the tripwire. I mean, unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Hey, Proto, feeling that Sheriff as it just works from the cubby. And Sentinels is probably like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I can't believe that just happened. 5 rounds now for LG. They're positioned to potentially take the half. Moose is gonna gun down Zoms immediately. He is not happy. Now, that's gonna be Moose going to the sidelines for the remainder as the Hunter's Fury comes out from Sinatraa. It's revenge there for the side of Sentinels. Nice rolling Thunder, but it's not going to deal with Stellar, who's still in position. He'll ignore the first one through, and that's the wise play, as there's one currently hiding inside that smoke. The SMG does produce a little bit there for Shazam. Nice nade! 6 able to get away. And now we find ourselves in another close scenario, a 2-on-2, but 6 on 1 HP. So much better odds here for LG.
You definitely like it, though. It's the Hunter's Fury that forced to rotate outside of the A site. You're trying to go for the retake. It was perfect trades, like you said, because the Rolling Thunder missed Stellar, and it was the only round at the half where he hit on the top of the boxes to the, it went unchecked. And now the last 2 players try to make it into the B side. You heard the camera, and now they break the trap wire. They're okay to play this 2 versus 2, but Sick, he still has 2 flashes. Despite having 1 HP, this guy has played multiple games where, especially a game where 1 HP does not matter. And it could still be doable here for Sentinels, because they also have Sinatraa alive. Neural Theft also available for a Proto as he hears the Owl Drone coming out from the site. And it's going to be him and your boy Dre swinging together. Your boy Dre falls as Sick is the one that gets the kill, but it's immediately traded out, and he sees the shoulder of Sinatraa. Now he breaks the recon dart, and Sinatraa goes for the swing with the kill in the end to clutch that one and give the lead the final round, or the final half, to come up here of this series. 7-5 for Sentinels over LG as they now take the attacker side for Luminosity.
You know, looking at that last round, because of the tentative play style, that like pensive, apprehensive, playing back, kind of shy style from your boy Dre, just being afraid of what's potentially lurking inside A main and even coming up short potentially. That doesn't allow a Proto to get onto site and use the Neural Theft that he was just sitting on. There's dead bodies present. Had he tossed out the hat, they would have gotten the call much sooner that the rotate was in and they were heading to the B site. I understand it. It's just unfortunate how it all ends up shaping up. And then Sick with 1 HP. I mean, seriously, 1 HP. We've seen that twice now. A player from Sentinels with 1 HP finding a crucial kill. Last time it was Sinatraa on Haven. This time it's Sick here on Ascent. As the nade goes into sight, Zoms is going to get forced out of position, and the carnage starts to develop, but it's in favor of the other side as Dapper gets a tripwire kill on your boy Dre. Did that really just happen? No. Have we ever even seen a tripwire kill at this level of play? Unbelievable. It doesn't matter in the end. Thief will find a 4K on the round. Again, he's got the cape on, and he pulls off the Superman impression quite well. 13-9 for the top performer for LG. But I can't believe we just saw a tripwire kill.
It's rare. It's very rare. And now you have Thief that's stepping it up here on the attacker side. Proto definitely riding off that high from the round that he had, the stellar hold that he had on the B side. And now they have the pistol round, but again, it's Sentinels with pistols, Sentinels with a Frenzy, Sentinels have a Ghost. They're going to sell it back, actually, for Dapper. So only a Frenzy into this round for Shazam. No armor. They could use the advantage of the Spectre's long range as Shazam dashes into the B link. So he's in a good spot because the bomb, or should I say, sorry, the spike is dropped right at the entrance of that link. Finally, your boy Dre picks it up, but that's a big flash. Proto gets the first kill, though, and the second to save his teammate, and Stellar in the back of the shack gets that frag onto Shazam. So a 5-on-2, Thief now spots one, a nice tap to Dapper, puts him to sleep. And 1 to go, and LG are looking for a flawless round in the second round of the second half.
Solid follow-up to the pistol round. Again, the second rounds have proved to be problematic for LG, especially looking at the last 2 maps. This time around, though, on the attacking side, they win the pistol and the round that follows. There will not be an op in play, but this is a bonus round coming out for LG. You can see 4 SMGs currently deployed. There's also a Phantom in the hands of Thief.
Yeah.
Thief is 1 point away from Empress, so there's a possibility that we could see that ult popped very early on if they can gain control of an orb somewhere on the map. But right off the bat, it looks like they want to go to mid.
Yeah. And it's definitely a good thing there that they were able to get these rounds and also shut down the push that Shazam had on that previous round, because you could definitely see from Sentinel's point of view that they were trying to tally up some kills where Shazam might not need to buy a Phantom into this round and go for Blades instead. But with this bonus round, they go for an aggressive push through tree, and amazing trades happening, though, for both sides. It's evened up, tallied up on a 3-3 overall. Low HP is going to be loose as the flank comes in from Stick, but gets traded out once again by your boy Dre. Sinatra on the top of Heaven's side. Shot starts to come down, and he does not connect with those. But low HP is going to be your boy Dre going for the plant, and you have Shazam coming in from the doorway side. Now, Showstopper, a trade. Shazam gets the kill before he gets blown to bits. That allows Sinatra, who is alive the whole round on this retake, to be the sole player to come back for the defuse.
This feels familiar. I feel like we've seen this round before. Yep. A buy round won by Sentinels with 1 player surviving. It's Sinatra, and I'm pretty sure it was Sinatra the last time we saw something similar to that. And it's been that story, actually, throughout this entire best of 5 that we've seen those rounds going that way in favor of Sentinels. It started out that LG were the ones winning those rounds. But they've since lost that luster, and they've handed over that crown to Sentinels. Sentinels are up 1, but again, that was a bonus round. So that's about as effective a bonus round as you could ask for with not winning. Finding 4 kills and a spike plant, that's what you want. Now, they did waste an ult, kind of. I mean, they used an ult. I won't say if it's wasted or not. They caused some economic damage. Zombs peeking off a great paranoia. Does fantastic damage as well. You got 2 targets pretty low, one of them being your boy Dre. Now, obviously, Thief can heal up should a kill come through and an orb get dropped. But that's your boy Dre getting dropped by 6, so your boy Dre takes some licks early on and ultimately gets pushed aside by Sick in the end.
Door is closed right now, so they want to try to push to the spawn. And this is actually a good opportunity as nobody's really watching it. It's Dapper that's peeking back and forth, watching the tree side a window and also watching spawn. But as you made it now towards the archway, this could be big. It looks like it might be a split towards the B side no matter what, and leaving Thief behind to cut the rotation. And as they're pushing into the site, it's a Proto opening up with 2 after the recon dart that came into the site that kept them off guard. Now Thief gets the frag onto Dapper. Shazam trades it out from the mid side. They know where one player is rotating from, but where the second one is still unknown is going to be Zombs from the defender spawn. But he's moving very slowly. Could be a round where Sentinels decides to save, especially now that Shazam got spotted, by the Owl drone. And he's low on HP too. So it's definitely the right call right now for Sentinels to save. We're going to tie things up on an 8-8, and you try to make things expensive as Zombs is holding towards the defender spawn, hoping to catch a kill early. But if he doesn't, he also wants to escape with his rifle because they don't have much to work with either. Unfortunately, he only gets 1 kill out of that, as it is not able to run away.
Tie score. LG brings us to this point. Oh, well.
That's not bad, actually, after all.
Yeah, okay. LG loses a piece of their attacking front as Moose gets clipped by the detonation radius and dies to the spike. Not what you would want to see. As you can see, Moose's money is not great. So
right.
he has to go down and buy a Bulldog. There's a SMG in the mix as well. Looking at the other side, it's just as bad. You've got 2 Phantoms, a Stinger, a Frenzy, and a Bucky. The difference is what you just heard. Watch this coming out from Shazam. That's Bladestorm, the knives. So there's more than just an SMG in his hand. He's got some added firepower, and you hate to see that. LG loses one of the biggest pieces of their attacking side right away as Shazam pops an updraft and immediately dices him up.
When I see that there's still a buy going in for Sentinels, no matter what, I'm still scared. And the Bladestorm opens things up. That's going to keep LG guessing. Yes, they lost Thief into that one, but they lost a player with the Spectre and trying to get some information early into the round towards mid. So the rifles are still in play. So the 3 ARs and the Bulldog looking to go for a crab walk peek that somehow Moose wins versus Zombs. Now they pick up the orb, they clear out wine, the neural theft. They know that there's 2 players now playing towards the B side. Do they want to push in on this?
That's the question you got to ask yourself. With 39 seconds left and no real control of mid, do you really feel comfortable trying to rotate all the way around to B? We all know how long that rotate takes.
30 seconds left.
So they'll use this drone to try and get some more intel as they do intend to go towards B. You've still got Dapper on site, but yikes, Dapper is taken out very quickly. Shazam's knives don't produce much success. After that early kill, that's all they got. Spam through the door from Sinatra, but it's not really where it needs to be. Now, Moose has a nice backside play, but it's the Bulldog, and the gun doesn't really work as well once the target falls down. The drone from Sinatra will give away the position. Recon Dart going out as well. Not going to do so much. It does actually spot quite a few players. Thought it would have died a lot faster. Sick in that 1v1 with Moose in mid, only had a Bucky, so you can understand why Moose doesn't really catch much damage from Sick. He might be able to convert on a kill as they come out from short, but he's also thinking, I could maybe upgrade a gun here. There's going to be a gun sitting at top mid, wants to go back and grab it, but it's only an SMG, so not exactly a great upgrade. Oh, he might have this. Oh, thought maybe for a second. He wanted it pretty badly.
Definitely. I think just to try to salvage a kill, because he already had backup that is stellar, so if he died, there was already 1 or 2 players coming back from the orb, so no matter what, he probably wouldn't be able to save that rifle, but to definitely do more econ damage moving into this round, it doesn't pan out for Sentinels. But with that force bite that they got, they're still going to be not looking that great into this round here for Sentinels. So it's another round for another Bucky for Sick, couple of frenzies this time. Thankfully, at least for LG, there's no knives for Shazam, but they are 1 orb away to try to get a Hunter's Fury for Sinatra.
Moose using the drone to get some intel on A. We'll spot out at least 1 player who was sitting in hell. 3 ults available for Sentinels. From the Shadows, Neural Theft, Rolling Thunder. LG does have Empress and From the Shadows as well. Now the spike is back towards B. But there's a couple of players currently pushing up mid. One just kind of hanging back on A, that's Moose. But it seems like the rest of the team is starting to move back towards B a little bit. Would love to see them gain some mid control here. There really isn't much mid presence coming in from Sentinels in the round. They're basically banking everything on this being a B play. So this is the worst possible place for LG to go currently. Look at the setup. They are so prepared for this. Now the camera might give away what's happening here. Six in position. The shotgun doesn't produce as much success as one might hope. The nade's right on the money as Tapper tries to escape that detonation. Not gonna happen. There's still one on the site. It's Shazam, who's here with a pistol. He's got backup as well. The classic burst fire misses initially. Jumps down, goes for the jump shot. Stellar is on the money. That should have been way better for Sentinels, all things considered. They had that B site with so much presence, and LG walked right into it. What's surprising is Sick with the Bucky, point blank, only gets one.
The reload that you have for that is a little bit slower here than the buck shots that you could get with the Judge. So unfortunately, connecting with the first and then just hastily going into B main does not pay off to connect onto the second one, and how they spotted that Logs player was just simply opening, not by face checking for LG. A simple camera thrown by a Proto allows for them to get all that information to weaken out that crossfire from Sentinels to start things off. But here it becomes dangerous. Finally, in the second half, they have enough money here for Sentinels, and we have an operator in the hands of Shazam. Can they get something with this? The Owl drone to peek out towards mid, and look how far Shazam is pushed out with that. The Owl drone would not spot anything, and Shazam is looking towards Link. Thief, is he going to be able to win this one off this swing?
Oh my
he's
gosh.
looking towards B main.
He
it's
was
so
like
close.
He was like a pixel away from showing himself there. As now Shazam has to change positions, but my goodness, if
was
only
one of those,
they knew what we knew.
Oh no.
Yeah, so close to losing his life there, but honestly, somewhat by chance, that doesn't end up happening. Here comes the play toward A. You've still got Thief lurking. Shazam with the nice shot. Oh no, they didn't hear this. Stellar's able to sneak into position. They cover up the sound with the ult call coming out. Moose finds 2 as the Rolling Thunder comes through. You've still got one lurking through mid. And you've got Hunter's Fury. You've got Empress available as well. But the lurk is a little slow coming up from short. And now they're able to set up and wait for it. 14 seconds left. They have to make a move.
Last player standing. One enemy
I was going to say they're not going to check the generator. And now off the Lear, there's no time left. Dapper jumps in for the kill onto Thief, and he wins that round there for LG. Just that Owl drone not seeing that player at generator was the detriment there for that double swing into the site, because you saw when they walked in, they weren't even paying attention to anywhere near where I think it was Sick holding there. So they were focused on Heaven a little bit too much. You're right, Bach, they were a little bit too slow, but if only that Owl drone spotted that person towards generator, definitely was a Hunter's Fury kill for a 2 versus 1.
I wonder what the call was with Thief. What was the original plan?
Yeah.
Because it felt like Thief was really just kind of disconnected from that play, which is weird given how typically he's a big part of the play. Or at least they want him to be. He has that insane pop-off potential. We mentioned it. Coming into this, he has, I think, second most entry kills coming in when he was coming into the grand finals of anyone at this event. However, he also has the highest first deaths.
Yeah.
So obviously one goes along with the other. You want to play that aggressive role, you want to get those entries, sometimes you're going to die as a result. The Boombot gives away the position of Sinatra, who tries to change his spot, goes for a dart, gets it out of position because of this. The Hunter's Fury pushing him back. Not a single pulse hits though, as Moose struggles to line that one up.
And I love that, because as he's running away, he also throws a recon dart onto the wall, which means as he runs away, if they're actually trying to run with the Hunter's Fury and split towards the A side, that would have been the call to get Zoms ready to look by the tree side. With no contact, a weaker B side, they're going to try to split mid to B. And let's see if Sick and Dapper can hold it in.
Six got the flashes there. Flashpoints coming out. There's the ult from Sinatra delivering as the camera actually gets flashed of all things. Shazam! Putting it in ADS and burst firing away onto 3. You've got one player remaining, and he's going to get taken out by Zoms, who is inside the site. We're tied up at 10 apiece, and it's a flawless round for Sentinels. It's absolutely massive as it reduces LG back into either force up, split by territory, or full save. You've got players with money, but you got 2 without. Thief doesn't have enough money for the buy, but Moose, A Proto, and Stellar can all go into this with rifles.
And this is also where you probably look back at the patch notes here, Bach, realizing how that decreased speed of 35% for the Omen smoke to come out was so late for them to try to get into the site there for LG. They were able to open up onto 3 kills before that smoke came out from Stellar. So that has to be looked out for the next time they want to try to execute towards this split.
In mid, they're going to get spotted out by Sinatra's drone. His ult last round, insanely valuable. Moose's could have been used for a positional advantage, but it didn't do damage. It really just forced Sinatra back. They didn't react off that. It was just a temporary change. They're now going to go for some mid control as they've gotten everyone up into the market. There are 2 players playing towards B currently. You've got Breach, that's Sick, who's back towards spawn, and then one in sight. Zoms has been spotted in tree room as well. There's going to be a dash coming in for some backup over here, but they start to make their way in, and Shazam has to back off, surrendering site control. They actually go for a pivot, and they manage to get onto the A site, and they'll be getting a spike plant out of this as well with the player advantage. Again, this buy was scraped together. We'll see what they can do with it. They've still got the Empress ult to rely on. Nice nade coming out as well. That forces one out of position as your boy Dre finds one onto Sinatra. Shazam's dropped down. They weren't prepared for it. It's a 3-on-2, and there's a dart delivered that forces Sick back. Dapper's still going to hang out. 2-on-3 again. They do have the neural theft. That'll give away the player position. So as they fly in, there's the dart giving away, the neural theft giving away the positions, but the boombot was out as well. So Stellar and your boy Dre both get involved. And it's 11-10. That's a round stolen away by LG. That's something that Sentinels has consistently done to LG throughout this whole best of 5, is winning those scraped together buys. We haven't seen that in a while from LG, though, where they've been able to do the same thing back.
And what a round to do with it now.
Of that one round with A Proto and the Sheriff.
Definitely. What a round to do with it now. And on top of that, I just love how mechanically your boy Dre was trying to stay alive as much as he can, or if not, help as much as he can with that retake that happened. Because a neural theft and fully flash, for him to be able to think fast enough to put a boom bot onto the ground so that he could support his teammates no matter what. Even if he dies, it allows for that swing of the generator to happen to get that kill. So I really like those plays in order to help LG move in tier. 11-10. 1 map in the lead, 2 rounds to be able to win the series. Mind you, this was 2-0 to start things off for LG. 2-0, winning Icebox and winning Bind. Sentinel comes back into the following 2 maps to finally see Ascent here down to the wire. Potentially going into the last round of regulation right now as the Owl drone from Sinatra once again spots 2 players at Sabrosa. Well, that could have been an early dink there, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. They break the door right away, and they're looking to explode right into the B site, where they spray at the same time and take down Sick. Dapper in the back of the site as his camera gets broken. Both cages are up. Trap wire as it gets sprayed. Gets the first kill, but cannot spray transfer into the second one. A 4-on-3 right now with 2 rotating at the spawn side, and Zoms still late. This could be another round where Sentinels decide to save unless Sinatra gets a kill early. He's already looking to clear out the sidewalk. An ult towards the mid side from Stellar to look for the lurk at 21 HP. He's going to come face to face versus Shazam. Shazam takes the upper hand. It's a 3-on-3 now. Still very doable here for Sentinels, which is why I'm questioning why you went so early on that peak lurk later on. But now they spray it back, thankfully, for a dart that came out from a recon from Moose and a spray through the shed. But Shazam at the staircase. Another dart coming in from Sinatra this time, but it's Moose that connects with the 2 kills. And ladies and gentlemen, everyone, we are now at map and series point for Luminosity Gaming over Sentinels.
Man, I just want to say so many curse words watching some of these rounds play out. It's just unbelievable how we've gotten to this point.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
Sentinels. They're trying. They're really trying to keep this game alive. They go down 2-0. They claw back, force us to this map, and then LG is just hitting their stride late in the game. 12-10. They're 1 round away, Alex. I can't believe that.
Me neither, dude. And when you're looking at it too, it's it's a whole different type of Sentinels that we watch. It's this is a serious face Sentinels. There's no 360s, continuous spam through the bodies and stuff like that too. It's we are trying to win right now, and LG are still showing that they're strong here on the attacker side, which is why I said in the first place, why didn't LG take Ascent over Haven? Maybe they're playing for the fans. They want to gain new fans here for Luminosity Gaming, and they definitely gained a fan in me.
You know what? We haven't seen in a long time either. Something that he's done in almost every other series. No teabags from Dapper. that is an illustration of serious mode being activated if I've ever seen it, because that man loves to go in and goof off and have some fun with that one.
Oh yeah.
Here comes the ults being popped. Hunter's Fury going out. Zoms is fully blind on sight. The boombot comes in, but it's actually the shots coming out. A Proto picks up Shazam as well. That's the B site lost. As you can see them starting to send players over to B to try and support LG is moving in that position. It's going to be up to A Proto, who's going to spot them first as they come through from spawn. Quick pickup from Sinatra after Sick goes down. The Owl drone will go out next, but it's all down to one last player. Sinatra with an SMG. That is it. LG are your champions. 3-2. They pick up the win over Sentinels.